In the grand chamber of the Interstellar Assembly, tension hung thick in the air. High above the bustling streets of Jorlax Prime, the neutral planet of the Council, representatives of various species sat in a vast circular auditorium. Among them, Xalax, a prominent historian of the Galactic Union, leaned towards his colleague, Vex, his eyes fixed on the human diplomat at the center of the chamber. "You see, Vex, humans are a peculiar species," Xalax whispered, his four eyes glittering with curiosity. "They possess a resilience and ingenuity that's often underestimated." Vex, a junior researcher, nodded, his gaze following the human, Commander Sarah Caldwell. She stood confidently, addressing the assembly with a mix of determination and diplomacy, a stark contrast to the diverse array of alien species surrounding her. "The Zorvans made a grave error attacking Earth," Xalax continued, his voice low. "What's unfolding here is a testament to that. Years earlier, the Zorvans, a warlike race known for their brutal conquests, had launched a surprise attack on Earth. Major cities lay in ruins, millions perished, and humanity faced an existential threat from beyond their solar system for the first time. The Galactic Union, wary of the Zorvans but bound by intricate political ties, had remained neutral, much to the despair of the human race." Commander Caldwell's voice echoed through the chamber. "Humanity seeks not just restoration but retribution. We are here to propose an unprecedented offensive against the Zorvan homeworld. We seek your support not out of necessity, but in the spirit of galactic solidarity." A murmur ran through the assembly. Xalax knew that such a proposal was bold, almost reckless, but he also knew humans were not to be underestimated. "Watch and learn, Vex," Xalax said, his gaze never leaving the human commander. "Their plan, I've heard, is nothing short of extraordinary." In the wake of the attack, humanity had regrouped with a resilience that surprised many in the galaxy. Under the leadership of Commander Caldwell, a tactician whose family had perished in the Zorvan assault, and Dr. Leo Chen, a pioneer in guerrilla warfare technology, humans had devised a plan that was as daring as it was ingenious. "Xalax, do you think they can pull it off?" Vex asked, skepticism lacing his tone. Xalax turned to Vex, his expression serious. "If there's one thing I've learned in my years of studying galactic history, it's to never underestimate the potential of a species backed into a corner. Humans, Vex, are full of surprises. As the Council debated the human proposal, the Galactic Union's neutrality hung in the balance. Some species voiced support for the humans, moved by their plight and impressed by their resolve. Others, fearful of the repercussions of defying the Zorvans, argued for continued neutrality. Commander Caldwell concluded her speech, her voice resonating with a mixture of hope and defiance. "This is not just about humanity. It's about sending a message across the galaxy that tyranny and oppression have no place in our shared future. We stand ready to lead this fight, with or without the Council's support." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of voices as delegates engaged in heated debate. Xalax leaned back, his mind racing with possibilities. "Vex," he said thoughtfully, "we might be witnessing a pivotal moment in galactic history, the kind that shapes the future of entire species." Vex nodded, his eyes still fixed on the human commander. "Indeed, Xalax, indeed." As the Council continued to deliberate, the stage was set for a confrontation that would ripple across the stars. Humanity, once seen as a minor player on the galactic stage, was now at the forefront of a struggle that would redefine the balance of power in the galaxy. And at the heart of it all was Earth's audacious plan, a plan born from the ashes of despair, fueled by the fire of vengeance. On a rugged, remote planet, the atmosphere at the human military base was a fusion of tension and determination. The starry night sky, coupled with the ethereal glow of a distant nebula, cast an otherworldly light over the complex. This was the epicenter of humanity's bold strategy, a direct assault on the Zorvan homeworld. Commander Sarah Caldwell, a woman whose presence commanded respect, stood before a holographic map, her eyes tracing potential attack vectors. Beside her, Dr. Leo Chen, an expert in asymmetric warfare, examined the projections, his mind a whirlwind of tactical possibilities. "The Zorvan's northern hemisphere is less fortified," Sarah asserted, her finger hovering over the hologram. "If we establish our first strike there—" "High risk, but high reward," Leo interjected, adjusting his glasses. "Our troops are equipped with state-of-the-art cloaking tech and EMP disruptors. They'll be phantoms until the moment of attack." The base buzzed with activity, a stark contrast to the stillness of the night. Soldiers and engineers, a blend of determination and anxiety etched on their faces, loaded advanced aircraft and armored vehicles with a lethal array of weaponry. The air was thick with the gravity of what was to come, a mission that carried the weight of humanity's future. Sarah's gaze swept across her team. "This mission is about more than retribution. It's a statement to the galaxy. Humanity will not be subjugated. We've weathered worse. We will prevail." Lieutenant Maya Sorensen, a pilot whose skills were as sharp as the grief for her lost hometown, stood among the team, her resolve unwavering. Her story was one of many, each a testament to the cost of the Zorvan assault and the resilience of the human spirit. A distant starship engine roared to life, a sound that resonated with the promise of impending action. The first wave of the invasion force was poised for departure, the culmination of months of relentless preparation. "How reliable is the jamming tech?" Sarah asked Leo, her tone one of measured concern. "It's unproven at this scale, but I'm confident," Leo replied, a hint of excitement in his voice. "It'll render their detection systems useless. They won't see us coming." Around them, the final checks were conducted with meticulous precision. Soldiers, clad in advanced combat suits, boarded the transports. The atmosphere was a blend of mechanical noise, hushed conversations, and the unspoken understanding of the stakes at hand. Sarah and Leo shared a moment of silent acknowledgement. Their roles in this endeavor had forged a bond beyond mere comradeship. They were architects of a potential turning point in the war. The night sky, a canvas of infinite possibilities, seemed to reflect their resolve. Sarah's thoughts wandered to Earth, to the memories of what once was and what they were striving to protect. "This is it, Leo," she murmured. "The beginning of the end, whichever way it goes." "For Earth," Leo responded, his voice a soft echo of her sentiment. "For Earth," she repeated, her resolve steeling. As the first wave ascended into the cosmos, the base receded into the quiet of the night, a silent testament to the boldness of the human spirit. The galaxy, once a spectator to humanity's plight, now watched with bated breath as Earth's children ventured forth, not as victims but as harbingers of their own destiny. The dawn of the next day would either herald a new era for humanity or mark the beginning of its final stand. In the hearts of those left behind, hope flickered like a flame in the darkness, a beacon guiding the brave souls embarking on a journey that could reshape the future of all sentient life in the galaxy. This mission was more than an attack. It was a declaration, a defiance against the tyranny of the Zorvans. It was humanity, standing united, ready to carve its destiny among the stars. And as the night gave way to the first light of dawn, the base stood silent, a monument to the courage and resilience of the human spirit. In the vast expanse of space, the first wave of humanity's vengeance journeyed towards the Zorvan homeworld, a small fleet against a formidable foe. But in their hearts they carried the unyielding spirit of Earth, a planet that had known suffering but refused to be defined by it. As the sun rose over the rugged planet, casting its first light on the now quiet base, it seemed to whisper a promise of a new day, of hope, and of a future where humanity stood tall among the stars. Aboard the stealth spacecraft, Invisible Resolve, part of the human invasion fleet, the mood was a blend of tension and unwavering resolve. The ship, a marvel of human engineering, was en route to the Zorvan homeworld. Its interior was a symphony of advanced technology and strategic design, all serving the singular purpose of a covert approach. Commander Sarah Caldwell stood at the heart of the command center, her eyes scanning the myriad of displays and reports. Her expression was a mask of focus and determination, every bit the leader that her team needed in these critical moments. Beside her, Lieutenant Maya Sorensen, the skilled pilot responsible for navigating the treacherous expanse of space to their target, worked the controls with a calm precision born of both talent and relentless training. Her hands moved with practiced ease, guiding the ship through the cosmic ballet of stars and planets. The crew, handpicked for their expertise and bravery, manned their stations with a quiet efficiency. Each was acutely aware of the stakes. Their mission was the first strike in a plan that could turn the tide of the war. "Status report," Sarah's voice cut through the hum of the ship's operations. "Approaching the Zorvan perimeter," one of the officers reported. "All systems are functioning within optimal parameters. Stealth mode is fully operational." Sarah nodded, her mind racing through the myriad of scenarios that lay ahead. "Keep an eye on the long-range sensors. We can't afford any surprises." The ship's lighting was dim, a necessary measure to maintain the stealth profile. It cast long shadows across the faces of the crew, adding to the atmosphere of anticipation that permeated the vessel. Maya's voice was steady, a reassuring presence in the charged environment. "We're entering Zorvan space. All routes are clear as planned." Sarah moved to stand beside Maya, her gaze fixed on the forward viewport. The vastness of space stretched out before them, a canvas of darkness punctuated by the distant twinkle of stars. Somewhere ahead lay their target, a world that had become a symbol of humanity's suffering and their burning desire for retribution. "Remember, the element of surprise is our greatest weapon," Sarah reminded her team. "We strike hard and fast before they can mount a defense. This is more than a military operation. It's a statement to the galaxy." The crew nodded, their expressions a mix of resolve and understanding. They were not just soldiers, they were avengers, carrying the hopes and anger of a wounded Earth. As invisible resolve drew closer to the Zorvan homeworld, the tension aboard the ship grew. Each crew member was lost in their own thoughts, mentally preparing for the battle ahead. They were under no illusions about the dangers they faced, but their resolve was unshaken. Maya adjusted the ship's trajectory, her eyes never leaving the readouts in front of her. Entering final approach. ETA to target zone, 15 minutes. Sarah took a deep breath, feeling the weight of command on her shoulders. "Once we land, we move quickly to secure our objectives. Dr. Chen's EMP devices will give us the cover we need to establish a foothold." She turned to face her crew, her voice firm and inspiring. "This is our moment, the chance to strike back for all that we've lost, for Earth, for humanity, for the future we all believe in." The crew responded with a chorus of affirmatives, their commitment unwavering. They were ready for the confrontation, prepared to do whatever it took to ensure the success of their mission. As invisible resolve neared its destination, the crew braced for the operation ahead. They were the tip of the spear, the first wave in a plan that would see humanity take the fight to the enemy's doorstep. And as the ship descended towards the Zorvan homeworld, cloaked in darkness and silence, it carried with it the hopes and fury of a species that refused to be defeated. The Zorvans, who had once seen Earth as an easy target, were about to learn the true mettle of humanity. The Zorvan homeworld, a planet once thought impenetrable, now echoed with the chaos of battle. Human forces, utilizing advanced cloaking technology, moved like phantoms among the alien urban structures and natural landscapes, striking with precision and vanishing into the shadows. Commander Sarah Caldwell, her face a mask of fierce determination, coordinated the guerrilla attacks from a makeshift command center. The element of surprise was on their side, and every strike sowed further confusion among the Zorvan forces. The human soldiers, trained for this unconventional warfare, used the terrain to their advantage. They emerged from hidden positions, unleashing a barrage of firepower on unsuspecting Zorvan troops before disappearing back into the cover of the alien environment. Explosions lit up the skyline, each one a testament to the effectiveness of the human strategy. The Zorvans, renowned for their military might, found themselves outmaneuvered and overwhelmed by the agile and adaptive human tactics. Lieutenant Maya Sorensen, now on the ground with her fellow soldiers, moved through the urban jungle with agility. Her unit had been tasked with securing a critical communication hub, a mission vital to disrupting the Zorvan command structure. "Caldwell to all units, maintain pressure on their eastern flank," Sarah's voice crackled over the comms. "Force them into a retreat. We need to keep them off balance." The air was thick with the smell of smoke and the resonating sounds of battle. Every soldier knew that the success of their mission hinged not just on brute force, but on maintaining the psychological edge. The Zorvans, unaccustomed to being on the defensive on their own soil, were beginning to show signs of panic and disarray. Dr. Liu Chen, overseeing the deployment of the EMP devices from a secure location, monitored the effectiveness of their tactics. "The EMPs are holding up. They're blind to our movements," he reported, satisfaction evident in his tone. Sarah nodded, her eyes scanning the holographic map in front of her. "Prepare to launch the second phase. We're going to hit their power grids. Without power, their defense systems will be crippled." The battle raged on, the human forces pushing deeper into Zorvan territory. Each squad, each unit, executed their part with a precision that spoke of intense training and an unyielding will to win. In the midst of the chaos, Sarah's team coordinated strike after strike, exploiting every weakness in the Zorvan defenses. The humans were not just fighting a physical battle, they were waging a war of attrition, attacking the very morale of the Zorvan forces. As night fell on the planet, the human advantage became even more pronounced. The cover of darkness, coupled with their cloaking technology, turned them into ghosts haunting the Zorvan forces, striking fear into the hearts of their enemies. Maya's unit successfully secured the communication hub, cutting off the Zorvans from coordinating a counterattack. Cheers erupted over the comms, a brief moment of triumph amidst the relentless onslaught. Sarah watched the progress of her forces, pride and resolve etched on her face. This invasion, once deemed a desperate and foolhardy endeavor, was unfolding into a masterclass of guerrilla warfare. "Keep pushing," Sarah ordered, her voice resolute. "We have them on the back foot. This is our chance to turn the tide." As the battle continued, the human forces demonstrated not just their military prowess, but the depth of their resolve. They were fighting for their fallen comrades, for their ravaged planet, for the future of humanity. And on the Zorvan homeworld, under a sky lit by the fires of war, humanity's message was being delivered with unmistakable clarity. They would no longer be victims, but victors in a galaxy that had underestimated their spirit and their resolve. In the shattered heart of the Zorvan capital, a scene unfolded that would forever mark the annals of galactic history. The once majestic city lay in ruins, a testament to the ferocity of the battle that had raged. Amidst the smoldering wreckage, Commander Sarah Caldwell stood face to face with the Zorvan leader, a towering figure whose presence had once evoked fear across countless worlds. The air was thick with the tension of this final confrontation, the culmination of humanity's relentless pursuit of justice. Sarah, her face a mask of determination, met the gaze of the Zorvan leader, her posture unyielding in the face of the enemy that had brought so much suffering to her people. "You could never understand the depth of our resolve," Sarah said, her voice steady and clear. "Your attack on Earth was not just a military strike, it was an assault on our very existence." The Zorvan leader, a being of imposing stature and power, regarded Sarah with a mix of respect and defiance. "Your species has shown remarkable tenacity," he admitted, his voice resonating with the weight of defeat. "We underestimated humanity." The surrounding ruins bore silent witness to the final act of a war that had shifted the balance of power in the galaxy. The Zorvans, once feared conquerors, now faced the reality of their vulnerability, and humanity, long seen as a minor player on the galactic stage, had proven itself a force to be reckoned with. "This is not just about retribution," Sarah continued, her gaze unwavering. "It's about ensuring that no one else in the galaxy ever suffers as we did. Your reign of terror ends today." The Zorvan leader, his expression one of resignation, knew that the tide had turned. The battle for his homeworld, the heart of his empire, was lost. In the eyes of the human commander, he saw not just a warrior but a symbol of a species that had risen from the ashes of despair to challenge the might of the Zorvans. "Your victory here will change the galaxy," he said, a note of grudging admiration in his voice. "But know this, peace comes at a price." Sarah nodded, aware of the truth in his words. "We are ready to pay that price, for Earth, for those we lost, and for the future we are determined to build." As the Zorvan leader surrendered, Signaling the end of the conflict, Sarah's team emerged from the shadows, their expressions a mix of relief and triumph. They had achieved what many had thought impossible. They had brought the Zorvans to their knees. In the aftermath of the confrontation, as the news of humanity's victory spread across the galaxy, a new chapter began. Earth, once a victim of interstellar aggression, was now seen as a beacon of resilience and strength. The Galactic Union, recognizing the shift in power, extended an offer of partnership to humanity, an acknowledgement of their new role in the galactic community. Sarah Caldwell, once a commander seeking vengeance, had become a symbol of humanity's unbreakable spirit. Her leadership and courage had not just led her people to victory, but had paved the way for a future where Earth stood as an equal among the stars. As she looked upon the ruins of the Zorvan capital, Sarah felt a sense of closure. The war was over, but the journey ahead was just beginning. A journey of rebuilding, of healing, and of forging a new destiny for humanity in a galaxy that had forever been changed by the courage and resolve of Earth's children. In the years that followed, as Earth rebuilt and flourished, the story of their struggle and triumph became a legend, a tale of a species that faced the darkness and emerged into the light, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. This was the end of their battle, but it was also the beginning of a new era, an era where humanity stood tall, not just as survivors, but as shapers of their own destiny in the vast and wondrous expanse of the galaxy.